Greetings, people. I'm George, and welcome back to the Windmill Voices. So if you put a mask on Prospero, you get this band. Who's Prospero? I don't know who or what Prospero is, but he, or it, or whatever, has a mask, and is probably prosperous. Yes, and the result is a bunch of people who make noises. That are probably prosperous as well. Right, so with that out of the way, it's time we actually talk a bit about the band. We know nothing about the band, aside from the fact that they are Greek and potentially proggy, and we've heard probably like 1.8 songs from them before sometime in the distant past. Yes. I remember a really positive impression and honestly something along the modern, progressive, genty kind of stuff. Yes. They reached out to us. I don't remember who from the band exactly reached out to us. Christos Kuntulis. Yes, I hope I'm saying that right. Okay, I'm not sure what his instrument is. But thank you very much for reaching out. We're really excited to check this out. Are you ready? Now! The song's called Lament, by the way. Yes! It jets. It gents and it cores, and it's basically a lament, but what's missing from the title is the fact that it's a lament with a shit ton of beef beneath it. I'm talking about the riffs. Yes, the riffs are beefy. Yes, they're beefy riffs. If you have someone who's lamenting while they're sitting on beef, that's this song. Stop saying things, beef. Right, obviously we do like beef, especially the type you hear, and there's a lot of it in here, but it's very elegant beef in a sense. Like, you know, if you just go to a beef burger steakhouse, that's kind of, you know, crude, and it's beef, it's still good, but if you go and have that in a classic restaurant, that's a whole different thing, and that's what we have here with all the atmosphere alternating. We're having a pasticcio, aren't we? I'm not even sure if that's beef, isn't it? I'm pretty sure pasticcio is beef. Okay, so I love the way the atmosphere creates this sort of build-up effect before the chugs come in.
Yeah.
And I also love the occasional, rhythmic stuff happening. Have that chorus, which is very chorusy and earwormy, and every now and then they're bamboozle.
Yeah, the drummer does some really cool stuff. The sense of groove is amazing, but then he stops it and changes it and then goes back to where it was. Yes. And I like that. And the atmospheric bits with just the clean guitars and the vocals, those are so eerie. I think you might as well put them in a doom metal song if they weren't interlaced with the chong. We go?
We definitely go.
That was very, 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 very nice.
Yes, we weren't just catching flies. That was for you.
I've been catching flies earlier today. I always think.
Yeah. I got Tesseract vibes at the end. I didn't think it necessarily sounded like Tesseract. It just had Tesseract vibes because it was picky and morningy and sunshiny.
Yes. I think the clean guitars have a lot of that morningy sunshiny vibe.
Yeah.
Relates really well with the lighting in the video.
Mm-hmm.
It's got that sense of emergence.
Emergence. Right. I have a question. What's that bass?
It's an almost fretless.
Yeah, it's a half fretless, half not fretless.
Yes. I'll call it an almost fretless.
Yeah, so half of it has frets and half of it doesn't.
Yes. But it has the same amount of frets.
Yes.
Can you imagine that?
Yes. It has just as many frets, but half as many at the same time.
It has just as many, but half as much. Okay, yes. We're sorry. The part that came after We Let It Go, that was atmospherically immersive, kind of like you're floating or dreaming or taken away by mystical sounds, but it was still heavy as fuck. Like, it had that groundwork that you just keep banging your head to. And then on top of that, you have that, orchestral layer, I think it is. I don't even know if there's a keyboard or something in the band. Or samples, or I don't know what they use. That's kinda high-pitched and distant.
Mm-hmm.
And then the vocals were high-pitched and screaming, but also distant. So it had this echoing kind of hypnotic effect. And that's really chill for me. So to have that on top of the beef was a really, really cool contrast. I really like that part.
They're definitely the kind of band that can make their heaviness amplify the emotion that comes from their melody rather than work against it.
Mm-hmm.
I think the fact that we had like clean, long belting vocals on top of pseudo breakdown grooves and that it was working is a testament to that. And speaking of like orchestrals and keyboards, I didn't see a keyboardist. They also blurred out the people, so I don't know, maybe they don't think they're sexy enough. Which you're wrong if you do. Yes. I forgot my thought. I am searching for my thought. Anyway, it's gone. Oh, yes, there was this two part where he had these two like orchestral hits. And and all sorts of different other atmospheric sounds that sounded buttony and electronic-y. So I'm pretty sure there's quite a bit of like sampling and stuff going in. And I say pretty sure because I'm not entirely sure.
It's got that modern core-ish sound.
Yeah, and it was vocally very impressive. I felt like with some of the choruses and the anthem at the end, it almost had a bit of an alternative metal vibe in the sense that it was just that catchy and accessible and like immediate shot of dopamine and emotionality.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it, so
it's emotional sophisticated.
Yes.
I feel like we have successfully put cognitive dissonance in pasticcio.
I was gonna say, I feel like we've complimentarily disrespected this band long enough.
Are we done here?
Yes.
So if you enjoyed this reaction, we really appreciate the likes and shares, and if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe with bells on.
Thank you very much for stopping by. We hope you enjoyed your stay, and we'd love to see you back at the Windmill very soon.
Of course, yeah.